And here we are continuing the Hinnom campaign. We had just finished turn 5 and we were on to turn 6 to see the exciting battles that would occur. So here we are in the trackless wastes with our prophet army, facing off against a horrid army of long dead. And these guys have bad stats all around. The ghouls also have bad stats, but they do have poison, which can paralyze, which is a little bit of a risk for some of these guys who have pretty high encumbrance, 6. These guys have 5, but they're blessed with reinvigoration, so it's not that worrisome. Yeah, some skeletons try to get around to the commanders, which could have been a problem. Could have been a mistake, but we cleaned them up. Only taking a couple light infantry casualties. Unfortunate, but not the end of the world. And then the dangerous battle in the swamp. So I have my chariots up here, who have a little less attack and defense skill than I initially thought, because I didn't realize that there would be a swamp penalty applied to them, which really does make a big deal. Like, here, these lizard men are working with 11 attack skill and 9 defense. So now our attack and defense are even, instead of me having a 1-point advantage. And that could make a big difference. The army is, as I thought, not really that big. There are a lot more crocodiles than I thought there would be, but yeah, I mean, you'll see for yourself. So the lizards do come up first. And yeah, in the first wave, we did lose 2 of our chariots, but we killed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lizards, which is pretty good. I mean, that's a hefty chunk of them. But I think because our attack skill was lowered, that this just didn't end up going well. Like the lizard men really get beat down, but they trade with the charioteers pretty successfully. And then the crocodiles are all that's left, and these guys aren't hard to hit at all, but they still have strong attacks, and there's still a lot of them at this point. That there's just not enough charioteers to realistically kill all of them. So they get chomped up. Being cursed also hurt too. So I think if perhaps I waited with another turn of charioteer recruitment, I could have won this, because it was very close. But frankly, I think charioteers are maybe just a bad unit in general to even try this kind of army against. Like, if I was to do it over, maybe the light infantry would have been better, because they could just throw their javelins and just kill them. Just kill the lizards with these super tanky javelin tosses, which is about all this unit is good for, is throwing javelins. So perhaps that could have been a better, more efficient use of my gold. Instead of making 7 charioteers, I could have made 21 light infantrymen. It'd be 21 javelins. And if, yeah, that could have been like 10 kills. That would have been better than what I got with the chariots, and it would have been more efficient. And their stats wouldn't have been as bad. They would have had 10 attack skill instead of 9. Now, granted, the trampling is a big advantage. Being able to always hit. But yeah, this province is worth nothing. There's barely anyone here. There's probably some good magic sites, though, being a wasteland. So, off of that really bad disaster, I'm regrouping back at my capital, recruiting more charioteers and another mage, and hopefully we can try again and make something work next turn. So then on to turn 7. We searched for a magic site over here. We didn't find anything. Fomoria finally declared a prophet, just some Fomorian king, so he does have one of those. And we're going to try again against the crocodiles, this time bringing even more chariots and my expansion army. Hopefully we can beat them and get over here, because this is really our only hope, is getting over here. Like, if Vanheim attacked me, that would be game over. Especially after that disastrous battle. If he attacked into me, I think I'm finished, realistically. Especially with Van Heer's just the absolute menace that they are. Yeah, I think he definitely should have attacked me. He could have, like, wiped me out. Granted, he didn't know that my expansion was... that expansion party failed. But there's just not many avenues of where I can go. Like, I opted not to go up here because there's troglodytes, so I'll take a terrible -3 attack and defense penalty for being in the dark, which is just god-awful. And then the troglodytes hit like trucks. They hit for like 20 damage or something. My guys, even my sacreds, their stats become garbage. Their stats become laughable in a cave. They'll get like smashed over and over again with big meaty fists until they're put down like the dogs they are. So anyway, trying with this again. Hopefully we can win this time. And then turn 8. Here's the battle, part 2 in the Stinging Swamp. Yeah, the crocodiles are much less intimidating than the lizard warriors, and the shaman runs off. So we win. And then another event occurred in our capital. We got a bunch of gold. Thank goodness. That was exactly what we needed to compensate for the disaster of turn 6. And we took this province, immediately building a palisade on it because I want to make these shamans as soon as I can. They are better than anything I could make apart from Melkarts. Just a great unit. I got an air random Ami, so I'm sending... He's out here site searching now. The other ones are just researching. This woman's just pushing out my Dominion because it's really good. And I'm just patrolling a little to clean up the remaining unrest that was there. Haven't seen anything. Thankfully, this province is beatable, so I'm sending the new expansion army and my prophet over here to take it out. And we should be able to do it. By this point, I think I'm talking to Agartha, who I learned is in this province, about a possible coalition against Vanheim, because they're just such a doomsday threat. And I was seriously worried that Vanheim would engage me, or was actually already moving troops through my territory to elf me. And I was just thinking, like, there's no way, I can't defend myself, I'm gonna lose. So I gotta recruit someone to help. Also getting Atlantis, talking to him too. I am not telling these players that I'm independently asking for their assistance, but I felt like I definitely needed it. I figured out Atlantis is in this province too, which isn't really that unexpected, right? Like, there's not many water provinces he could be in. He's either in this waterfall or he's in this area, but he is here. So this is a very scrunched part of the map. You got me, Vanheim, Atlantis, and Agartha all sort of in this zone, which is only 4 out of the 10 people playing this game. So the biggest island, I don't know, very, very uneven distribution. But anyway, we're going to go here, and this is turn 8. So currently on turn 8, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 provinces, which is just terrible. Just terrible expansion. In my practice runs with Hinnom, I got much, much better than that. I got around 20, 25. So this really sucks. So turn 9. We got construction 2, which is good. We can make owl quills now, or dwarven hammers when we get earth boots. And we found an air site, even Canyon of Wild Winds, which is good. It's a 2 earth air gem province, which is really nice. And this guy found another province. site here. 1 death gem. And someone's a hero because we walked into these independents and killed them. Like my army, this army, by the way, that I'm sending is extremely expensive. Like this is all the gold of my nation apart from those 7 chariots that I lost. Everything I'm producing is extremely costly and irreplaceable. And that'll be important for later. Yeah, like these charioteers and these sacreds, for example, extremely expensive. But this is just a nothing province. Like there's a wind master here, or a wind, not a wind master, but a wind whatever. He sucks. He just gets run over. He like charged body someone, but I don't. They killed 1 spearman. Yeah, no big deal. And we find our next player, Lanka, which again is just a doomsday apocalyptic scenario. Thankfully, I do have my biggest army over here, but I am now safely bordering what I believe to be the 2 best players in the game. And Lanka, well, Vanheim at least for sure has taken some dumb rush down bless, like superpower bless. I don't know if Lanka did. I think I said they did. Yeah, with all these titles, it seemed to me like they took some like rush down autism, like hell bless thing. And this province has crazy high unrest, because why not? You know, just that's the way it is. These provinces still have high unrest from the giants that were on them. Still building the palisade here, just going around site searching. I'm actually really worried about this move. I was worried about it, not because I didn't think I would find anything, but because I thought Vanheim was going to kill me. So I thought maybe he would frag that mage. And we got another fire random Ami. You're supposed to get earth, but I've made 5 of them so far and not gotten a single one, which is unlucky. I'm not recruiting any troops because I want to get a milk cart out, because I feel like my avenues for expansion at this point are gone. Lanka is surely going to walk into one of these provinces and cut me off from this area, and probably over here and cut me off from down here, and Atlantis is down here, so he's surely like looking for these provinces. Maybe Vanheim's here already. Basically what I'm saying is my expansion is done. Like there's not anywhere else I'm going to be able to expand to, because I've just bumped into too many players too fast, and there's just nowhere else I can go. Cavemen aren't too intimidating, so I'll be able to beat them probably. This is a stupid move that I'm making, sending these extremely expensive charioteers and some very expensive Dawn Guard, who cost 40 gold a pop. They're not even very good. I like they're okay, but their best thing is their recruit anywhere. But there's no way in a million years that army would ever best Santina the Sorceress. This is just stupid. Like, this is just a stupid move. And you will see why on turn 10 as we look over at this battle. Oh wait, I didn't send the army over there. I guess I just had them patrolling. Oh right, of course, because I'm a smart man. What I did first is I sent a mage in who scripted to retreat, because I wanted to see what exactly was here. So we've got the Earth Gnomes, which are nothing. Like, stats suck, regeneration is 2 HP, no big deal. Crush them. The Burgmeisters, good defense, good protection, still die in 1 hit. Not threatening. A Fall Bear, which this is scary. It's ethereal, it regenerates 6 HP. Its stats aren't, well, they're different based off of, like, autumn. You know, they can be stronger than, or maybe their HP, I don't know. Like, regardless, it's ethereal, so it's hard to hit, and it hurts. It really hurts to be hit. And then the Crusher. So its stats are useless. Like, 8 attack, 7 defense. It doesn't have trample, but it's slash and pierce resistant, which is basically all I've got, apart from my cavemen Horites. It's got 110 HP. This is ridiculous. 24 protection. So I really have to hit it with a Sacred to kill it. And then you've got this sorceress down here who's got decent paths and a lot of gems. And then you've got the overpowered woman herself. You can see has this fun item, which grants disease. So she is diseased, and she has a chest wound. So she is dying slowly. Noting this, I think to myself, okay, so before I decide to take this province, I will wait for her to die. Because I'm not going to be able to beat her. I mean, look how many gems she has. And she's really high in a lot of essential paths, like Earth or Nature 3, you can cast Howl. Earth 4, you're casting like the big Doomsday spells. You can cast Phoenix Pyre and then start pumping out fire elementals. There's a lot of really good spells that she could cast. And she's got this busted item that I looked at and was like, wow, I really want that. Sorcery +1. It gives a boost to Astral, Death, Nature, and Blood, which would be really great for me. And she has this thing that's granting her luck, but it's not going to happen. She's diseased. Maybe, best case scenario, she dies and her friend picks up her items. But anyway, he just runs out of there. They actually mind burn him, but thankfully he escapes and he does retreat successfully. And then this is the battle against the cavemen. So, we hit him, we crush him, we lose a charioteer. That's bad. We get some unexpected events. Minus 90 gold, because fuck me, and +9 nature gems. Which is nice. We don't have any nature gem income yet, so those are really valuable to get. And what am I doing this turn? Oh yes, so I see, and the darkness of the world closes in around me as I realize I will not be winning this game because Vanheim has cut off my expansion. I can go here. I'm running into barbarians. Running into barbarians with this extremely expensive, fragile army. My sacreds, by the way, here are cursed. They got cursed by the lizard shaman. I guess some of my charioteers have taken some pretty nasty afflictions. Battle fright, which is exactly what you don't want on these expensive units. It's just not very much left, and beating 30 barbarians sounds like a difficult task. I'm doing the pinging thing again here, just sending a fire mage in to retreat, check out what's on the throne. And I'm finally getting my Mel card out. Part of the reason I was rushing this guy was I really wanted to get into the pond nearby. So I'm asking the water powers of this game for a ring of water breathing. I want to go in here and face these shark trap tritons, which are pretty scary. They have 3 attacks, and two of those attacks have poison. So poison's a real problem, but I think, you know, because my sword is length 2, I've got a great repel possibility. So if I can give my Melkart some extra attack skill, he'll be able to repel their attacks, because their attack skill I think is only 10 or 11. It's really not very good. Granted, my attack skill will drain to 12, from 15 to 12, because he's underwater. But if I could give him a attack boosting item, that would counteract that. And his defense is already really high. His protection is quite good. They don't do a lot of damage. So I'm just thinking of ways that I can best the Shark Tribe Tritons and not get poisoned and killed. And I have a lot of HP, and I probably won't tire out, even with 5 encumbrance, because of my bliss. I'm just producing some swordsmen right now. Sending another army over here. I don't really know what I'm doing with them. Looks like I'm taking them and going back to my cap. I don't know why. I don't know what I'm doing with them. Just sort of walking around. Really, I should be using them to clean up the unrest in these provinces and start getting more money, because this unrest is really crippling my income. But these provinces I took are just trash. Like, here, what can I produce here? I can produce scouts, which is good. This is the first province I've found that has scouts. This province is just cavemen, which there's no reason to make them. I can make the Horite champions, which cost a little more, but are much better. Better stats, better resistances, better gear, everything's superior. The cavemen are just not as good. The cavemen are like proto-Horite units. So yeah, still working on that giant palisade. I've got a mage here from bouncing off this province who's gonna sit here, and I'm saving a little gold so we can build a lab. And I'll need a temple there soon too, so I'm gonna take this woman and we'll march her down there so she can build a temple. And I think that was 10, right? Yeah, that was 10. So that is going to be the end of this part. Still nothing else has happened. Still talking to Agartha and Atlantis, considering invading Vanheim, because I just don't see a path forward at all. Maybe I could hit Lanka, but Lanka's sort of an intimidating person and nation. Like, look at this. Look at this, like, horrible Minotaur head, or ogre head, whatever. Demon ogre thing. So, I'm just gonna play it safe here in my lands. Searching for air, searching for stuff over here. This guy's really gotten some good hits. Like, this is a nice thing in this too. And if there's one thing I can't complain about, it's my magic gem economy is really looking good. I can't complain about that at all. Gem income, very nice. So that's the end of part 2.